Hi, welcome to the very first episode of First Principle, where we're going to talk about strategy, innovation, and the latest in digital transformation. Today, we are going to talk about corporate innovation. What is corporate innovation? Why is it needed? We are not going to cover that in today's video. We are going to cover that in a couple of other videos. Anyways, there's a lot of information on the internet where you can go and read about corporate innovation. But I would like to explain, just for the sake of this discussion, that corporate innovation is actually divided into two parts: open innovation and closed innovation. Open innovation is where you're working with organizations outside your immediate organization, your company, like startups, universities, whom you partner with to drive innovation together. And closed innovation is where your own employees are driving the innovation and you're enabling them to drive the innovation. Now, coming to the main topic of our today's discussion, why do majority of the corporate innovations fail? And when I say corporate innovation, I'm primarily talking about open innovation. According to a Capgemini research, about 90% of the innovation programs, 90% of the innovation labs fail to meet their objective. Now, why is that? Let's try and understand. So essentially, there are a couple of main reasons why innovation efforts fail. Number one, lack of strategy. A majority of the organizations have no clear innovation strategy aligned with their overall corporate or business strategy. There is complete disconnect. In many cases, there is no innovation strategy at all. Right? So let's first understand what exactly is an innovation and a strategy. Innovation strategy is basically your innovation objective. Why are you doing this innovation? Right? Is it to basically enter new areas of growth or to solidify your presence in existing business areas? Right? So the objective has to be very clear. Once the objective is defined, you basically try and figure out how to achieve that objective. So for example, one of your innovation strategy would be or could be to place a couple of big bets. Alternatively, you can choose to do many small experiments to do rapid prototyping, fail many times, but at least out of those 10 times you discover 2 new good ideas which you have prototyped and are ready to go to market. So that is what an innovation strategy is. Now, this strategy also needs to be aligned with the business and corporate strategy, right? Are your innovation efforts, for example, looking to identify new areas of growth, while the business strategy is to consolidate growth in existing areas? If there's a disconnect between the innovation strategy and your overall corporate and business strategy, then that is a sure shot recipe for disaster. Also, this lack of strategy traps leaders in this phenomenon called innovation theater. So, for example, the innovation leadership will set up a nice, swanky innovation lab with all the latest gadgets, technologies, cutting edge conference room, etc. But, just to indicate that the innovation efforts are underway, we tick all the check boxes, but essentially in reality there is no impact whatsoever because the lab shuts down ultimately due to disconnect between what customer needs and also due to lack of clear objectives or strategy in place. Second most important thing is the people. The people who are driving innovation are sometimes not incentivized enough, and more often than not, there is no safety net for them in case there are failures, in the experiments. We need to understand that they're trying to create something new, but still have to struggle with the traditional and legacy processes, which basically hinders their speed and agility. So in summary, to have a successful open innovation program, to have a successful innovation lab, do these 4 things. Number 1, 4C. Establish a clear innovation strategy which should be aligned with your business and corporate strategy, and it should be driven by market trends and the real consumer needs. Right? Also, tackle any foreseeable challenges that you see through process and policy changes. Number 2, align. Make sure that the innovation strategy is clearly aligned with your overall corporate and business strategy. And third, enable and incentivize your innovators. Establish all the necessary enablers for the innovators and the startups. Help remove roadblocks, streamline processes, essentially shield them against all of your organizational traditional processes and red tapeisms so that inventors can work in an agile and a smooth environment. Most importantly, incentivize. incentivize the employees involved in the innovation efforts through ongoing education, training, growth program, career progressions, and provide a risk-free environment for them to go ahead, experiment, innovate, and add value for your organization. Thank you. We'll see you in the next session.